Today I'm going to do a sector analysis for you all. I won't be able to do it every day, but the days I have time, I will do it. You can see here. Drag this out. You can see here I've removed the indicators from the chart because we don't have time to look at indicators. Okay. IYH, the Healthcare Sector Index Fund ETF, broke out to the upside from here, same as the S&P, just a little bit earlier. Way overextended, definitely due for a strong pullback, but got a lot more bullish energy than the S&P. Dow Jones U.S. Banks Index actually recently broke out from this downtrend here and is now pulling back to that. And I'm definitely getting a lot of buy signals in individual bank stocks, especially regional banks. So just something to keep in mind, very strong segment of the market. Telecommunication Sector Index Fund ETF cleared old highs all the way back in the beginning of September and came up and is now consolidating, forming a little miniature flag there. A lot of bullish energy broke out way before the overall market, so might be an interesting long. Dow Jones U.S. Internet Index. This is not an ETF. It can't be traded. Broke out before, actually broke out at the same time as the S&P, excuse me, and is now having a little flag. Broke out much more explosively, however, and I think it's got a little bit more upside potential. Dow Jones U.S. Financial Sector Index Fund ETF. This is an ETF. It can't be traded. And so you can see we recently broke out from this. We broke out. We have not broken out from the old highs, excuse me, marked by this trend line here. And now we're starting to break down. So a very weak segment of the market here, the financial sector. IYK, iShares Dow Jones U.S. Consumer Goods Consumer Index Fund ETF. Try saying that 5 times fast. This is an ETF and you can trade it. Did break out from its old highs, but has yet to break out from this strong upward upper boundary. On the downside, you probably have a trend line, something like this. But definitely looking very bullish, having a little flag there. iShares Dow Jones U.S. Technology Sector Index Fund ETF is an ETF. It can be traded. It hasn't quite broken out from all of its old highs yet, but from the more recent old highs, we have broken out. But now it looks like we might be starting to come back. Maybe a little pop tomorrow. Not really sure. iShares Dow Jones U.S. Utility Sector Index Fund ETF. This is an ETF. It can be traded. Approaching its old highs here, but not too much to say. Excuse me. iShares Dow Jones U.S. Energy Sector Index Fund ETF. It's an ETF. It can be traded. ETC. Coming up against this resistance line here. And I think it could be a short sale here, coming up into this resistance. However, of course, if we break out, then it's definitely a long. Oil and Gas Exploration and Production Index Fund ETF. ETF can't be traded. Broke out recently and is now pulling back to that. I think it would be a good buy as long as we don't go below, since technically we are below the trend line. I would wait until to see what tomorrow happens to go long. S&P Retail Index, this you can't trade this one, it's not an ETF. Broke out from this basing pattern here and is now forming a little flag. I would be long. IYC, iShares Dow Jones U.S. Consumer Funds Consumer Services Sector Index Fund ETF. Again, try to say that 5 times fast. Broke out here and is now having a little flag. Definitely quite bullish. Dow Jones U.S. Industrial Sector Fund Index ETF broke out from this basing pattern here, is now pulling back. Could be a nice buy. Transportation Average Index Fund ETF. ETF can be traded. Is falling away from this miniature breakout here, so a weaker segment of the market. Healthcare Sector Fund Index ETF. We're back to the IYH. We talked about that in the beginning. Alright, that's all for today. I'm TST Trader from Chartrat.com. Good luck and happy trading. Remember, I won't be able to do the sector report every day, but when I have time, I will do it. And just a reminder to everyone, I know some people are just watching my videos on YouTube. Please visit Chartrat.com and all the phenomenal things we have to offer there. Have a wonderful day tomorrow.